Is your phone okay? It looks like it's like freezing out a bit. It's it could be TeamViewer then. Can you say something real quick? Test. No, this is not good. Test.
Test.
Okay, cool. Now it's working. Perfect. For some reason, the mic was not picking up on your sound earlier. So for people who are coming in the stream early, appreciate it very much. We're about to start our Tempest Cup discussion and battle stream. We're still waiting on Tristan to come in. He has some matters to attend to, and while waiting, we will feature some of AJ's battles real quick. Are you using the hotel Wi-Fi, AJ?
I am. Should I get off it? See if it works better?
What do you think normally? Does your Wi-Fi? I mean, does your data work better normally? Welcome to stream, Orhu Chris. You're early.
How's that? Is it better?
Your
Courts?
You sound okay now. Okay. Can you do a couple of things on your phone just to make sure that transitions are smoother?
Hello.
Oh, it looks much better now. Yeah. So it looks okay. So yeah, welcome to stream Leviathan Blue and Master Red 69 as well. Dang, Discord audio doesn't sound as good though. And welcome to stream, everyone. We're just testing out a few of the settings to make sure that everything looks good. You there, AJ?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Yeah.
It sounds better.
Okay.
So, is this you on Wi-Fi or on data?
This is me off the crummy hotel Wi-Fi.
Okay. So ooh, but your mic is like sparking pretty loudly right now.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Ooh, the sparkiness though. What is going on?
Really? I have so.
AJ, you wanna reconnect your mic? Test.
Is it better now?
I can hear you, but the sparky sound still still comes up a little bit.
Alright, put my mic further away from my mouth.
Yeah, that's better.
Okay.
Oh, dang it. Sorry about that, chat. His mic is going bananas. Yeah, AJ, I'm not sure. Yeah, you go for it. So we can hear you, and then there's just some sparky noises that come up from time to time while you're talking. Oh, looks like the battle took too long. Cody Miles, welcome to stream as well. I'm glad you don't have headphones on. Yeah, sorry to all the headphone users. And don't worry, I will definitely clip this part out away from the YouTube video. Alright. Looks like I'm gonna have to carry the commentary solo now that AJ probably muted himself. Welcome to stream, Brady Shady.
I have not muted.
You have not muted yourself, but well, it's a good thing that there wasn't sparky noises when you said that. So, gonna be watching with no sound. Hopefully y'all are live when I get back to the hotel. We'll be on for at least an hour or two, so probably will. So AJ and Blandon from Elite 4 TV doing some scrims in between his lunch break. So Tempest Cup consists of the flying ice, ground, and electric type, if I recall correctly. So seeing a pretty rough start here for AJ. His Tropius being caught by the Skarmory. That's normally where you are going full farm mode. Switches out straight to Altaria. And on the other side, we see Wishcash. So those mud shots won't be doing very much to Altaria, but you definitely have to make sure that you don't get caught by a blizzard without shields.
Yeah, I'm definitely lagging a ton, so I'm not really getting all the Dragon Breaths I should be.
I see. Yeah, your signal to us as well looks a little bit laggy. So the hotel internet is definitely showing.
I'm not on the hotel.
Oh, you're not on the hotel Wi-Fi anymore?
No.
Brady is saying that...
TeamViewer, man. I don't think I'm able to get on like TeamViewer,
Discord, and Google Hangouts all at the same time, right?
See this. I'm not getting like half of the half of the moves.
It's pretty rough. Brady Shady is saying that we'll add you for sure when he needs some battles. Not sure if he'll be able to battle much with this signal though.
No. Let me try.
But you're definitely sounding a lot better now. There's not as much sparky sounds.
Yeah, I am looking at the screen there, and there's definitely some latency, and there's some.
And at the moment, I think TeamViewer has lost connection to you as well. So, that's definitely a problem. I guess I can connect and I can do some battles first. And maybe if you're not using TeamViewer, your computer won't be as laggy, so I can battle you.
Try it again.
Okay. Yeah, let's try to reconnect with AJ. Sorry about the technical difficulties.
Yeah, dropping the TeamViewer mid, like dropping the connection and switching over from Wi-Fi to data. I think that was part of.
Okay, so let's try and reconnect then and see if that works. Are you running the app right now?
Yep.
Alright, re-establishing connection with AJ. Okay. Looks okay for now.
Alright, so let's see if I can get this battle and then. Are you guys able to see the screen okay? Is it coming in?
It's coming in. It's not the smoothest we've seen it, but it's working for now. A little better than before.
Right. How's my mic? Is it still doing the scratchy?
No sparky sounds now.
Okay, so that's good.
So somehow
maybe there's just a lot of information lost from switching from one source of internet.
Yeah, definitely.
And hopefully I don't get this insane amount of lag, because it looked as though Wishcash was just OP.
Wishcash taking out your Altaria.
Yeah, I'm still getting this kind of crazy lag because Altaria is only doing half of the.
I see.
Yeah, Quartz. I'm not gonna be able to do these battles and do it at the same time.
No worries.
Because I'm
Yeah,
getting
there's a
crazy
lot of
amount of lag.
there's a
I
lot
don't know
of
if you're seeing this, but I'm doing like only one attack every other turn.
yeah, it doesn't look
So-
like Altaria should be losing this badly. It's what I'll say.
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, I'll try and connect mine then. And because I'm like using from my own phone, with the capture card, this should be better. GoFundMe to get AJ better internet service. Sometimes it's basically it's also based on like your location, you know.
Yeah, I travel a lot, so it's I don't think any amount of money thrown at me is gonna really fix this problem.
And we even have a new follow from that, Blue Ruckus. Maybe we should do some more of those laggy battles.
Do more lag battles.
If it
We
entertains
want more
Blue
lag
Ruckus.
battles.
Yeah. Okay, so there will be 0 frame drops here. But the only question is, can I get battles as quickly as you did? That was very impressive.
What, getting battles?
Yeah.
PSA.
Oh, we can do that, friends. The Discord,
Yep.
right?
LTV.
Yep. Let's test that out. I haven't used that very much.
Have you added people?
I have. All right. This should be much smoother now, guys.
Alright, so let's see. Tempest hasn't really changed that much. It was sporting the... I'm seeing actually the Twilight logo over the Tempest. I don't know if you noticed that.
Oops, that's a good point. Thanks
Whoops.
for noticing that.
Yeah, but Tempest was featuring flying, ice, electric, and ground. On the surface, you might think flying might not be that useful.
AJ, your mic is still sparking now. I don't know why.
Oh no.
Mystic power, indeed. So in my area there are... Oh dang, there's an Alolan Marowak out there. Wish I could go do that. It stopped again.
Yeah, if I'm sparking both on the data and the Wi-Fi, I don't know if there's much I can do.
I'm not sure if it's... I think it's more of a connection thing that the sparking is going on.
Connection with what? With my microphone to my phone?
Yeah.
Well, I haven't really been messing with that.
Happy birthday, Jimma. Okay, friends in battle.
And make sure that you say in your message, by the way, that you're looking for exactly this. You know, Tempest. You're looking for.
I don't remember like this sparking noise being so loud normally.
Is it still loud?
Now it's good. For a period there, it was a little louder. Unfortunately, I haven't hit Ultra with Blendon yet, but soon.
Let me...
Soon.
Looks like Tristan is on.
Is Tristan finally ready?
Hey
Let me log off, restart my phone, and maybe things will be better.
Okay. Welcome back, Tristan. Are you able to send me a... Can I send you a Tempest battle real quick?
Yeah.
And then after this one, we'll switch over to connect your TeamViewer on.
Okay.
Have
you guys talked about the meta much yet?
Tristan, can you mute yourself on Hangouts real quick? Because we get double audio.
Yes. Is that better?
That's much better. All right. So yeah, we haven't talked about much. We just started for about 10 minutes, and a lot of technical difficulties. So not yet, but we thought we'd jump into some battles while waiting for you to come. So.
Am I challenging you, or are you challenging me?
I've already sent one to you.
Okay. It just hasn't shown up yet, but just give me a sec.
Sounds good. I'm pretty sure I sent it to the right person.
Yeah, I got it.
Cool.
It's just, you know, classic Niantic where sometimes it takes a minute or two before it actually pops up.
Alright, we're going in. Shiny check that coughing, that's a good point. I should have.
Dang, Quartz, do you even PvP? Or, I mean, Pogo?
I don't shiny check enough. Welcome back, AJ.
You don't shiny check?
I do. Off stream.
I shiny check just for trade value. That's like the main reason.
That's very true.
If I can get something sweet out of a trash shiny, then that's pretty awesome.
All right. How's your connection there, AJ? Everything better now?
It feels fine for me. How do you guys hear me? Okay.
There's still a little bit of sparky sounds. Are you hearing that too, Tristan, or is it just me?
Yeah, I'm hearing it.
Alright, well then I'll be right back.
Oops.
Why, oops. Also, you should have used Magnet Bomb against Tropius, by the way.
No way. Oh, because it's grass.
Yeah.
Ah. Wait, should I be using Magna Bomb against Altaria too?
Yeah.
That's why I practice with you guys, because I don't remember these things.
Yeah, because Dragon resists electric.
Exactly.
So both Magnet Bomb and Discharge are doing neutral.
So what you're saying is my oops was actually a good thing.
Good thing for me.
Ah. Okay, that was bad.
This was one of my go-to lineups when I swept the Tempest Cup in Seattle.
Yes, do tell.
I used this quite frequently against teams that had Mud Boys, because this lineup kind of completely shuts them down. And so far I've found it pretty good in Tempest practice because a lot of people seem to like running Swampert.
Yeah, I mean...
And so it has that similar effect.
You got a new toy to test out, right? For sure. Alright. Want to do another one?
Sure.
You can tell Quartz play Fruits Ninja though. Exposed.
So, Quartz, what second move are you running on your Swampert?
Earthquake. For now. It was the one that came when I unlocked it. I haven't decided whether to keep or remove it yet. But
Okay.
Surf, I think yesterday when we were, not yesterday, 2 days ago when we were watching Mason's battles, one of the opponents was using Surf Hydro Cannon, and it served as a great shield bait. By the way, did you do rematch or are you waiting for me to say?
Yeah, I rematched. I'm
Okay.
just picking my team.
No rush. You don't think that Surf is a good shield baiting technique?
I don't think the energy is like that much less than Hydro Cannon. I'd
That's
rather
true.
just be spamming Hydro Cannon.
And with Mudshot, right? It's just it doesn't take much time at all.
So this might be the unpopular opinion, but I haven't powered up or double moved my Swampert yet, but I'm a fan of gosh, I need echo for some reason.
Yeah, because AJ's I think AJ's not using headphones or something.
But I was gonna say I'm a fan of Sludge Wave
Ooh.
because it gives you something to hit Altaria for neutral with. I haven't powered up or double moved.
Yeah, for some reason we're hearing an echo from AJ's side. AJ.
Still?
A little bit.
Jeez. I was about to curse on stream.
I mean, with all the technical difficulties, I can see where you're coming from. Fruit Ninja is failing me now.
Kurt, Steven, Fruit Ninja, bruh?
Apparently not. Missed one there.
Dang.
PvP IV matters, guys.
Still an echo?
No, it sounds better now. For now.
For now.
For now.
Dang, Swampert's so glassy though.
I know. That actually surprised me at how much damage it did. Alright, AJ, you want to test saying a few things?
Sure, I'm looking at a Swampert against Skarmory matchup. It looks like it's gonna be in Swampert's favor if it's able to get that extra Hydro Cannon, just because Mudshot is not doing a whole lot of damage. How's that sound?
Sounds great. Welcome back.
Okay, great. So, yeah, I agree with you, Tristan. Swampert is just very, very glassy. It definitely needs shields, so you got to pair it up with stuff that's more on the bulky side, and then it can just deliver a lot of damage.
But I mean, luckily, Tempest has some pretty bulky mons between like Skarmory, Altaria, and Tropius.
Even, yeah, I mean, it's just bulk fest, really.
Well, and Lantern too, even.
Yeah,
AJ,
Lantern was a very popular choice.
One thing though, can you like go to your settings and change on the sensitivity and maybe make it a little higher, because we still hear a little bit of echoing from our own voices.
You want my sensitivity to go higher?
To go lower. So
Lower.
So that it doesn't pick up. Make it less sensitive, in other words, so that it doesn't pick up all the sounds. I think the sound is coming from your like headphones into the mic somehow. Not sure how. But anyway, you guys can see there's a huge difference in Tempest quality plays compared to, between me and Tristan, and that's why he's being featured tonight and not me. So let's try and connect to his team viewer real quick. Can I get your code real quick? Can you just send it to me? And it looks like I think I drifted to that coughing earlier because I don't even see it in range anymore.
Chief Buddington is saying that he did not get a Discord notification.
Ooh, that's kind of weird. Oh, yeah, we didn't tag anyone on Discord actually. Let me do that right
How
now.
dare we?
A little bit short-staffed tonight, so. All right, I got your number.
I haven't invested in a Swampert either. I'm basically using it for those quests where it says power up so and so. Is it still overly sensitive, by the way?
What do you think, Tristan?
Yeah, I'm hearing myself echo.
Okay, let's try and connect. It's still authenticating. Do you have the app running?
Yes, one sec.
You did all 3 leagues within an hour for Swampert. That's pretty sweet.
I'm hearing like a ton of echo right now.
So the sensitivity needs to go down, but it's all the way down, man. So I guess I bring it up.
Test. Okay, I don't hear it anymore.
Yeah, it seems fine right now. Kurtz, do you see my screen?
It's authenticating. Echo.
I have to say though that this Swampert resurgence is a little annoying because one of my favorite lines to run in the original Tempest was a double electric team with Lantern and Magneton, but that team just feels a little risky with how popular Swampert is.
Oh.
Like, I mean, I've only done a handful of Tempest battles so far, but every single one I've done, my opponent has brought Swampert in their 3 every time.
We're using a team viewer. It has its ups and downs. We found it a couple of weeks ago, and it seems to do what we want it to do pretty well. But there are times where it's pretty frustrating. Like right now, it's just constantly just saying authenticating. So I'm gonna close it, and can you close it and reopen it so that I'll try and connect it again?
Yeah, for sure.
And AJ, can you say something real quick? Because we don't hear our echoes anymore, but we want to make sure that it's not because you're completely muted. Maybe he pulled his sensitivity so high that there's basically no sound coming through now.
AJ?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Connecting, authenticating. There we go. All right. And you guys can see on the screen right now, that's one of the Team Go Rocket, I think it's called, stops. Have you guys been out hunting for some shadow Pokemons? AJ or Tristan?
I haven't done it.
I saw a Pokestop with that in the airport. I couldn't come up with an crew to, hey, we gotta wait.
Okay. Well, we got AJ's phone connected.
You mean my phone?
Yeah, your phone. I'm sorry, Tristan's phone. Seems to be okay for now. Fingers crossed that.
But yeah, I haven't played much the last 2 days, as you can see by the fact that I have a shadow for the hat Pikachu.
Ah.
Have that note.
AJ, I think you really made the sensitivity too low now, too high now that we're not hearing every single word that you're saying. Technical difficulties. Anyway,
Damn.
Tristan, I think if you have people send you battles now.
Yeah, let me hit up Discord real quick. And in the meantime,
Wow.
I can battle you more quartz.
Oh, can I? I'll send one to you real quick then. Yeah.
Our rocket stops. Does anybody know the answer?
Our rocket stops 24 hours a day. I'm not sure if it's 24 hours, but last night at around midnight, I still saw one of them active, so it's possible that they do go quite late. A rank 15 shiny Swampert that only needed 2 power-ups. Wow, Chief, that's the dream right there. Shadow Dratini? That's a thing? Whoa. And Tristan's battery situation seems to be a recurring theme. Shadow Snorlax is kind of hard. Man, I've been having some problems on the other Pokemon, you know, less bulky Pokemon, so I can't even imagine. Shadow Dratini is a thing. One of your friends has it as a buddy. That's perfect. Once you make a Master League team, it should be easier. Some of the battles are in Ultra League though, right? Or how does that actually work?
I'm not sure, but I believe there's battles in Great, Ultra, and Master.
Yeah, but it's not dependent on level, is it? Because I'm at level 40, so I should be getting, if it's based on level, then I should be getting Masters on all of them.
I think it might be like on a stop-by-stop basis or something.
But
I'm
I've
not
gone to a
totally
stop
sure.
with another friend where I got the Ultra, and then they got a grade.
Huh. Maybe it's just random.
Yeah, it's pretty odd. Looks like a few people are responding. Mr. Valor has responded to your battle, so you can probably start receiving some battles from him in a bit.
And Quartz going for those high energy moves.
I'm pretty sure Dragon Pulse does more damage than Sky Attack, yeah?
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of similar to like the whole, whatchamacallit, like Flash Cannon Sky Attack thing. But it's just funny because it's like that you just did both.
I mean, the thing about Skarmory is just you just don't shield very much, so in when you're facing it, it's just like just going for the more powerful move.
God dang it. I thought I swapped out in time.
Yeah, I'm wondering like how to deal with Laprases. That
Lantern.
Yeah, that's true.
Lantern, Tropius does okay. But Lantern and Abomasnow were the best Lapras counters the first time around.
I didn't test with Abomasnow very much, but yeah, that's interesting. Create a new Master PvP team and it should allow you to battle Master Pokemon. Oh, is that how it works? Like your default teams has to be set up?
I think so. I've heard something about that.
Okay. Yeah, that's what Skill Gap is saying on YouTube as well. Okay. Wow, I didn't know that. Guess I need to set up some master teams. Are you using Wi-Fi at your place, Tristan, or are you?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
on Wi-Fi.
Cool.
Why is that?
Signal looks okay, but yeah, actually, you know what? It looks pretty better. Pretty good now. There was parts when I was battling earlier when I looked up where there was a little bit of lag, but it looks like it's good. Haven't heard from AJ for a bit. I wonder if he's struggling. You haven't caught any Straw Hat Pikachu yet.
I told you.
That's more than 2 days, though. Straw Hat Pikachu has been around for more than that. Team Rocket Great League is way harder too. Once you do Masters, it's super easy. Okay. Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, I feel Ultra League is pretty hard because, like, I don't have many Ultra, but like Pokemon's powered up to the 2500 mark. So yeah, the options aren't high. The worst part is you have to heal them after, and you know, like, I don't normally keep potions. Now that we have to heal.
I've been trashing a ton of potions
same.
to, like, because like I'm trying to hold on to. I think I'm at like 600 Pokeballs and like 200 Great, and 200 Ultra or something. I'm just trying to be stocked up for the Dust event in August.
For sure.
Because like the last Dust event, I like didn't have enough Pokeballs and I was constantly running low.
And it shows that the Mud Boy craze is still going around. A Tropius lead here, and the Quagsire walks straight into a trap. We have switch out to Skarmory, and then we are basically playing Boulder for now. Skarmory v Skarmory. Yeah, I don't think either of them will be shielding here, so... My goodness, that is
some bubbles.
That's some terrible... We can all roast Tristan, guys. That's some horrible Fruit Ninja plays there by Tristan. At least 3 from my count. And Mr. Valor using Sky Attack as well. To be honest, if I was in his place, I would have used a Flash Cannon just to catch up on that HP difference at the moment. But double Sky Attack works as well. Tristan still refusing the shield, so Air Slash, I think, is what the fast move is for both of them.
Yeah.
At least you hit an excellent here for your steel type, and he calls you on it. And now you're in a situation where you're gonna have to, even if you shield there, it's very unlikely that you'll get to another charge attack. So better off just letting your Skarmory go. Altaria is normally in the weaker position against the Skarmory, but you know, with the opposing Skarmory at such low health,
oh, this was a misplay.
that seems like a very odd switch by Tristan here. A flying grass type just walks straight into a room of powder snows, so that's like 4 times double, you know, super effective. The Razor Leafs,
but it's also double super effective against
it is
Altaria.
also, that is also true. But the thing about this switch at least is that Razor Leaf is at least neutral, and it's a very hard hitting move, and you redeem yourself there. Very nice. Hitting every single bubble. So they called your Air Slash earlier. but this Leaf Blade is not. It's just gonna do just enough to take it out. Wow, Quagsire can't take what, 3 Razor Leafs there? Is that right?
There was like 3 or 4, yeah.
3 or 4. That's rough. My Mewtwo and T-Tar Master League Pokemon wreck the Team Grunt Rocket teams after that. That's pretty nice. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, most of my battles have been in Ultra League and they've been tricky. I did get quite a few of the Shadow Pokemons though. Like 2 Golbats, a Zubat, 2 Bulbasaurs. No more trades with the Shadow Pokemons though. Tempest seems really swingy. It's either like you're super effective or you're not very effective at all. So that Tropius lead punished by Altaria. And then they switch out to a Quagsire, which I guess is trying to catch you with the Stone Edges because Mud Shot is not going to do very much. Missing a few air bubbles there.
I bet he's gonna Acid Spray right here.
The question is, the bait...
It's an Acid Spray. I'm calling it.
You're calling the Acid Spray?
I'm calling the Acid Spray.
Stone Edge, and that's gonna take a huge chunk of Altaria's HP there. I think it's probably the right play to do Acid... what do you call that? Stone Edge when your HP is that low. So... yeah, that's probably a play I would have made myself, but... you know, normally when you still have enough HP and the opponent has 2 shields on, you do want to try and bait them out with the Acid Spray. They called your bluff, didn't use a shield. This battle is going into second and third Pokemons without any shields being used yet, so...
yeah, this is definitely a Tempest thing where the Mons are so bulky that you can just tank hits a lot.
And then see what the last Pokemon from him. Oh dang! It doesn't matter if you have 2 shields. This is a farming situation for Skarmory. Complete and utter destruction of this Tropius here. There's no chance. There's no chance of it coming back. Unless your battery dies and you lose by default. Are you charging your phone, by the way?
No, I need to go grab a charger in a minute.
Yeah, go grab the charger and then sit beside the Wi-Fi. Then we'll have perfect setup here.
Alright, I'll be right back.
And looks like AJ is still working on his audio. Farmery. Yeah, so we can talk about the meta and what Pokemons you've been finding useful in Tempest. So the reason we're doing Tempest tonight is the stream team, AJ and the guys, and Justin and the guys, they are working on articles for Boulder and Twilight. So once those articles are ready with updated graphics, we'll do a stream for those 2 meta. But since we're not going to be covering like Tempest in full detail, we decided to do like a battle and a discussion stream at the same time as well. So that's why tonight we're going to be covering Tempest, and Tristan is you know, one of the best at the Tempest meta, so we have him on tonight. Hopefully, I'm not sure when we're going to be doing Kingdom Cup. That's probably the one next, but we will keep you guys up to date on Discord or Twitter. Are you back, Tristan?
Yeah, I'm back.
Miles Silverman subscribing on YouTube. Thank you very much.
Okay, let's try this now.
Welcome back, AJ.
Can you hear me okay?
Yep.
If not, I might.
We hear you okay for now. Can you
For
count?
now.
Can you count 1 to
Okay.
5 real quick?
I don't know how.
You don't know how?
I don't know how to count.
Can you count in
Can't
Spanish?
figure out what comes after 3. I see Magneton propped up against this Tropius. Quite aware. Matter of spamming Magnet Bomb. Really want to get that neutral damage on Tropius. How's that?
I think there are 1 or 2 words that dropped, but for the most part, it's pretty good.
Yeah, we had to turn the gain down, so we'll see if maybe my mic coming up a little closer. Magneton is really is forced shield here just because those leaf blades are going to hit fairly hard since it's so glassy. But Tropius eventually does have to shield if it wants to survive this match. At the very least, it's a better matchup than being pit up against a Swampert, right?
Yeah.
But the good thing is in this situation is you have a ton of energy at the end of it.
Yeah.
And even if you're down a shield, you can just spam those discharges.
Especially because he's running a charge beam here, so I'm taking almost no damage from charge beam.
Yeah, you could squeeze in another discharge there before you KO. Yeah, those charge beam lanterns are not really a threat to people that run magnet. Don't think you're gonna be able to get in. Oh, you are.
That's
awesome.
crazy. He's losing a lot of bubbles, though.
That's the downside of charge beam is you can't just kill off that Magneton with water guns.
Yeah. And doesn't it get walled harder by Altaria, Tropius?
I'm not sure actually.
I suppose it does charge up those thunderbolts a little bit fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wouldn't have been able to do that just then with water
gun, yeah.
But also here, you're not really forced to use that Sky Tech. You just kind of take it easy. Charge up those Sky Techs. So that's nice. So is it still dropping some words here and there, or is it pretty good?
A little bit, but not too bad.
Yeah. It's workable for tonight, so we'll make 2.
Yeah, I mean, this is pretty much game.
Yeah, I think he just had stopped attacking because there was no point.
Screw it. Garm resubmits. Maybe there should be a forfeit button. So is this your favorite meta?
I mean, I enjoy playing it the most. I think it's the meta I'm the best in. But I think my favorite meta is probably Twilight, just because I think Twilight is the most interesting and balanced meta. I think within Tempest, it's a lot, the meta is a lot more narrow in terms of what's viable. It's basically the 9 mons that Quartz has on screen, as well as Whiscash. So those 10 basically are really the main meta threats. Oh, and I guess Celio too. But the meta just feels a lot more narrow. And I don't know, maybe that's why I'm better at it, is because the meta is more narrow, and so the first time around, I was able to get in a lot of practice against really all the main meta threats and most of the main meta team comps that you'll see, versus in a lot of the subsequent cups. I think a lot of them have been more balanced and have had more options, which makes it harder to prepare. because there's just so many more mons you have to take into consideration, and everyone's running some more different teams. So I just think that's why I've been able to excel at Tempest. It just seems a little simpler and like easier to understand and break down.
Yeah, Twilight is definitely a tough one to master. Just with there's the sheer variety, the difference in move sets, the hard counters. Like, there's a few hard counters, but not as many, I would say. Like the T-Tar, Toxicroak, the Venomoth, Toxicroak, the Haunter, Venomoth. All of those are just really hard counters you have to switch out so fast. In Tempest, even a Skarmory Tropius matchup or a Magneton Skarmory matchup, you have to switch, but it's not immediate. Like, you can farm a little bit, think about it, then switch.
I mean, the only ones you really have to switch right away is like a Mud Boy against a Tropius or a Abomasnow, because that Razor Leaf basically deletes them.
That's fair.
So that's the one you have to swap out of right away. But yeah, you're right. Tempest has a lot of like kind of freestyle mons, and most freestyle mons tend to be bulkier, and so there's a lot of bulk in general in Tempest, which is more it's more forgiving in the fact that you can switch later, and you don't have to make those super fast switches, and you can kind of think about it. Whereas, like you said, other cups like Twilight, you have to swap so fast, and in some cases, depending on the team comp, you might even have to blind swap.
Yeah, that is actually really common. People to swap out like the Toxicroak T-Tar matchup, and then immediately the Toxicroak is going to swap, anticipating a Venomoth. But like, if it's not a Venomoth and it's something like a Zoomerl, and you switch to a T-Tar, then you could be pretty screwed, because then you just wasted the T-Tar against an incoming Azumarill.
Yep. And now there's even more of those situations in Twilight, because you have those charm users that basically delete T-Tar, and a few other mons.
Yeah, what else do they really delete though? I mean,
Toxicroak takes charm pretty hard. And like even Haunter doesn't take it too kindly. Even though it resists it, Haunter's just so glassy it doesn't like that charm. And there's a few others, but we'll cover that in the Tempest stream. I'd rather focus on or on the Twilight stream. I'd rather focus on the Tempest meta right now. Jeez, I can't talk. But yeah, in terms of changes, what are you seeing, AJ? Because to me, it seems like the same main meta mons, and then Swampert is just an option as an alternative Mud Boy.
Yeah, with a better matchup against Skarmory.
Yeah, it's the only Mud Boy that has a good Skarmory matchup, really. I mean, Marshtomp does, but Marshtomp didn't really see any play in Tempest. So it was really just Quag and Wisp. And both of those didn't have the best Skarmory matchups. And did a little better against Altaria. But with Swampert, it's interesting because that's kind of flipped.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know that I think of Steelix as this huge threat, and it is listed in those. I think, honestly, you could probably narrow it down to 8 of those in Whiscash, and you'd be pretty safe. It's like the top meta.
I think that was a misplay here on my opponent's part. I think it's better to go for the
Surf.
the double surf.
Well, if you are anticipating the surf, and you know you don't shield, then it could be pretty devastating for you. So it's one of those things that it's kind of rough.
True. But
any little bit of damage would have helped, because those ice shards are still doing a ton. So the Altaria Magneton matchup is interesting in that Altaria is kind of forced to expend some shields if it wants to survive that barrage of Magnet Bomb. However, it can come out on top if it's able to, you know, have a little bit of energy, or Magneton is on like low HP already, and it ends up being in a slightly favorable position because those Dragon Breaths are doing most of the heavy lifting, so you can end up with. And we're quite familiar with the Skarmory Altaria matchup. Neither of them really need to be there. Like, they don't enjoy being pit up against each other. I know we've probably done thousands of these Skarmory Altaria matchups.
Yeah, between like Freestyle and Tempest a lot. God, I need to get better at the flying charge moves. I always miss the two that go up.
Yeah, I just do circles. I don't understand the. I do like little circles following the. So if one goes up, then I can quickly get it.
I do too, but I don't know how I'm missing them. It's definitely one I need to practice more, though.
I think, at least what I'm seeing on screen, it seems like you're doing more up and down.
I'm trying to do circles, but yeah, when the new charge move mechanics dropped, I had my 10 times Jungle Cup on that Saturday following, so I spent a bunch of time just practicing the move types of the 6 Mons in my team. And then I kind of neglected, and so I focused all on that and got those down pretty well. And then kind of forgot that there were other types I hadn't practiced. And so I've been learning over the last couple of days between like my remote freestyle matches and some of this, like, you know, Tempest and Twilight scrims that I've been doing, that I don't know what some of the types are still. So like I'm still working on like the flying and psychic and a few others. Because I didn't practice
one of the tougher ones.
Yeah, I think Spark was saying that you might not even need to make circles for all of them, because some of them, like if you just follow the trail up and down, you can just hit all the circles as well. And then Mathlete is saying that they lost to a Team Rocket battle. Golbat, and Crobat. Yep, I think the reason why you can't use all Psychic because they all use Bite. Yep, they had Bite.
Yeah, if you lost, that means a Shadow Pokemon is left with Team Rocket.
Yeah, you can't give up. You just gotta keep battling.
You gotta keep working, man.
Gotta use up all your revives and your potions.
What do they even do? What are they even doing with these Mon to turn them into Shadow? Their eyes are red, so they're probably like overworking them.
Mm-hmm. I don't remember exactly the lore, but I do know that it's based on one of the side games, Gale of Darkness of some sort. Yeah.
No, I think it's based. Wasn't it Colosseum?
Colosseum had it too, right? Colosseum had it too.
Yeah.
I think Gale of Darkness. No, maybe Gale of yeah, Gale of Darkness is the one with the Shadow Lugia on its cover.
Shadow Lugia is kind of interesting, huh?
Yeah. It's purple too.
Man,
it's not just the.
AJ, I'm bummed that they patched piggybacking, because think how much fun Magneton would be with piggybacking.
Yeah.
I'm hearing a rumor that piggybacking still kind of works, but not as effectively as before.
I think
I
some
don't know.
people have made videos where the traditional one, where you fire one right after your opponent, doesn't. But there might still be a way to do it self piggybacking. Not sure though.
So you do 2 subsequent charge moves from yourself?
At least that worked before, and might still be working in the current format. But the old traditional piggybacking is indeed dead.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then D Master Lance is confirming that piggybacking on your own move still works. Flower Crown Lugia. I'm not sure it fits.
That was a meme.
Wait, Flower Crown Lugia is a meme?
Yeah.
What we really need, you guys, is a dad bod lantern with a meta is meta shirt.
I mean, if you make your own bootleg
There, I got 'em
Pokemon
all.
Go, then that'll definitely be a Pokemon.
But like, look how much damage that Sky Attack is doing to Swampert. Like,
Spark is saying that the mons are shadow because they shut down the chambers to their heart or something. That sounds terrible.
They shut down the chambers to heart?
Yeah,
Like the different valves in their heart? What do you mean?
that's like cutting blood off from its heart, yo. That sounds horrible.
I'll do well talking about blood. So I think we could talk about something else.
Like how this Skarmory v Skarmory battle is the most entertaining battle.
Yeah. Yep. I think we might want to do like maybe a Spanish one, just because these can get a bit repetitive. The Skarmory versus Altaria versus Tropius versus.
We can set it up for the next battle, yeah.
Yeah. Do a few. Make a YouTube video for it.
D Master Lance is voting for a dad bot Machamp.
Dad bod Now look,
No.
Machamp
That's his
is
whole
kind
thing.
of like the anti-dad bod.
Exactly.
Like,
That's his
Machamp
thing.
is the beach guy. It's working out like in public, and he's like flexing, and he's like kind of rude and loud. He like is like hitting on other people's girlfriends.
Well played, Tristan. So yeah, Spark just looked up the definition of shadow Pokemon. And shadow Pokemon are Pokemon that are being used for wrongful acts because they had their doors to their heart shut artificially. A process created and carried out by Cypher in the Ouray region.
Yikes.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, it sounds like some of the Shadow or Team Rocket battles are kind of challenging, which is, I think it's a nice change
it's
of
a
pace.
nice pace. Yeah, I agree.
And you know, it actually challenges people. It's nice that it's difficult and not just a beatdown, which is what the original Team Rocket battles were, and what like the team leader battles are basically. So the fact that, you know, they're on the more challenging side and it's not an auto win, I think that's a nice addition to the game, and will hopefully make, you know, people have to think a little more about PvP and actually, you know, put in some effort in terms of like learning the mechanics and choosing the right mons, as opposed to just throwing in whatever.
Exactly, and I'm pretty glad that they put in the update to the charge move right before this too, and we really get a good practice out of hitting all those circles from these battles. So it looks like Tristan is going to be sending a battle to Salikitang. This could be a battle that you can do your Spanish commentary, AJ.
Sure. Pues
Have
vamos
you-
a ver.
Yeah. Sorry, I interrupted.
All right,
You
yeah.
wanna go? Yeah, go ahead.
Have I what?
Have you done any extra research now to familiarize yourself with those Spanish terms?
Yeah, so fun fact, a lot of the terms that we use in English are just straight up just copy pasted into Spanish, but like with a Spanish accent. So it's like, for example, boosted, there's not an actual word for it in Spanish, English term. and you just say like Venomoth got the boost, you could say like you're basically saying a Venomoth le dieron el boost. You're saying the same word boost in a Spanish sentence. So sometimes they just do that a lot in the Hispanic. So
That is a fun fact.
so it's not a totally unsafe thing for me to just say, hey, so we use a word that we use normally in English and work with that.
Are you waiting
Alright,
to
you
give
ready,
him the
AJ?
priority? Yeah, we're ready to go.
Oh, I was just waiting till
Yep.
AJ was ready and just finish that thought so that
He's
he
ready.
can go full on commentary.
Pues estamos viendo desde el punto de vista de Tristan, estamos usando los mon viables para la tempestad, que se incluyen los mon de voladores, hielo, tierra y eléctrico. Y estamos empezando con Tropius contra Altaria. Inmediatamente cambiamos a Altaria. Esperamos que él cambie Altaria para alguien más favorable, que será Skarmory. Pero Skarmory versus Altaria no es la peor situación para Tristan. Aquí Altaria puede hacer bastante daño contra Skarmory. En algún momento va a requerir que salgan los escudos en contra de este Altaria. Va a hacer mucho daño, muchos puntos de salud se van a ir por culpa de esos Sky Attacks. Esos Sky Attacks van a hacer mucho daño mientras que no se pierdan demasiadas burbujas. Nos meteremos con él más adelante con el tema de las burbujas porque está aún aprendiendo a usar estos nuevos ataques cargados con las burbujas nuevas de Pokémon GO. Entonces ha sacado el escudo contra el Skarmory. Ahora mismo estamos en una desventaja de escudos. Veremos si usa el último escudo contra el Sky Attack final de Skarmory. No esperemos que use eso, simplemente para no acabar en demasiada desventaja. Entonces en esta situación, si hubiera podido hacer un poquito más de daño con las burbujas de Sky Attack, al menos podría haber acabado con menos vida este Skarmory. Pero no es la peor situación porque ahora este Skarmory puede sacar muchísima energía y sin tener que sacrificar ningún escudo. Entonces, cual sea el mon que viene después, incluso Lantern va a tener que lidiar con los ataques de Sky Attack de Skarmory. A medida que salgan esos ataques de Sky Attack, Skarmory puede hacer un poco de daño. Y en cualquier momento puede salir Tropius, pero si sale Tropius esperamos inmediatamente una respuesta de nuestro oponente y saca a Altaria. Altaria, por supuesto, que tiene un matchup muy favorecible contra Tropius, porque Tropius no puede hacer nada de daño eficaz, solamente se resigna a usar esos Aerial Ace. Aerial Ace va a hacer un poco de daño neutral por lo menos, pero no se lo puede sacar demasiado rápido, entonces se conforma con usar esos Razor Leafs, que Razor Leaf va a hacer un poquito de daño, pero no mucho, porque está doble resistido por Altaria. Y Altaria contra Altaria ya sabemos cómo es contra Skarmory. No es la peor situación para ese Altaria, pero sabemos que tiene las de ganar a Skarmory, sobre todo con tanta energía. Y Skarmory, por supuesto, que no puede hacer nada contra un Altaria y además un Lantern. Entonces aquí nos resignamos un poco a decir GG a nuestro oponente. No hay mucho que pueda hacer Tristan, porque ahora sale Lantern, por más que salgan esos Sky Attacks, no puede hacer mucho en contra de este. GG. Muy bien hecho. Muy buen intento. Ha salido de una situación no muy favorecible, pero al menos se ha podido recuperar un poquito. Yo creo que si hubiera hecho un poco más daño con ese Skarmory, igual hubiera podido hacer mejor contra ese Altaria, contra Skarmory. Entonces veamos qué va a usar Tristan en esta siguiente ronda. Tristan, whenever you want, you can use your...
Did he mute himself?
No?
No.
You might have.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we could.
Mm-hmm.
If we're gonna do another clip later, you can probably talk about the Discord channel that we created as well.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do another one and then I'll talk about that.
Yeah.
We can do all one big thing.
I mean, I'm gonna just cut it off like before I started speaking there.
Okay.
And then I'll just add in another clip for the next one. You can do this one in English. We'll just do it for another battle later. So we have different, opponents.
Okay.
For the
I
clip.
was because I referenced as if we were gonna do another battle right then.
Then just
But
do it.
we'll
Do it in
just,
Spanish.
yeah, I'll just do this one in Spanish. We'll just clip them together or something.
Yeah, no worries.
But man,
Entonces
losing
vamos
a
a ver.
Switch advantage there did me in.
Yeah. Yeah, that was rough watching that. I was also roasting you for missing a few bubbles on the Sky Tech.
He definitely did. He definitely did.
Yeah, on both of them. Bueno, entonces empezamos esta ronda. Veamos qué trae nuestro oponente. Tristan está contra un Lantern. Lapras contra Lantern. No va a poder hacer mucho. Inmediatamente sale el switch. Lantern es un counter muy, muy bueno contra Lantern. Cualquier tipo de Lantern va a perder. Entonces, Skarmory contra Altaria. Bueno, a estas alturas repetimos lo que pasó en la ronda anterior. Altaria no tiene la peor situación contra Skarmory. Si no se escuda, esos Dragon Balls va a hacer daño bastante significante. Entonces, por lo menos puede acabar haciendo este daño a Skarmory. Y veamos si acaba usando escudo. Sí, usa un escudo contra el Skarmory. Y nos resignamos a hacer más Sky Attacks. Si podemos hacer un poquito más de daño a ese Skarmory, por lo menos sacarle un escudo, sería lo ideal. Entonces no vamos a usar un escudo aquí. Y veamos cuánto daño hace a ese Altaria. Entonces bien, estamos en muy buena situación ahora. Esperamos que salga un escudo de Skarmory. Y así es. Entonces un escudo, por lo menos hemos podido empatar escudos. Esperamos que estos Dragon Breath están haciendo bastante daño. Sale otro Sky Attack. Si Skarmory quiere sobrevivir, tiene que forzar ese último escudo. Entonces, aquí sale ganando Tristan. Porque si saca ese otro escudo, pues entonces acaba a una ventaja de escudos. Si no, pues acaba ganando esa batalla. Entonces puede escoger qué usar luego. Pero como tiene ese Lantern contra sus dos Lapras y Skarmory, no está en una buena situación. Lantern se ve favorecible contra los dos aquí. Entonces saca Lapras esperando que por si acaso si tiene un, qué sé yo, un Skarmory, un Altaria, un Tropius ahí atrás, pues por lo menos Skarmory podrá acabar ganando. Entonces estos Dragon Pulse van a hacer bastante daño. El Thunderbolt, por supuesto que va a hacer mucho daño también, pero requiere mucha energía, entonces por lo menos el Thunderbolt no va a salir inmediatamente para responder contra su Skarmory ahí atrás. Entonces va a poder hacer un poquito más de daño. Interesante, pues ha sacado el Whiscash. Quiere conservar cuanto más puntos de salud posibles contra ese matchup, ese último matchup que tiene con Skarmory. Skarmory va a recibir bastante daño contra estos Blizzard. Blizzard va a hacer bastante daño neutral y además es un ataque que da muy muy fuerte, sobre todo porque Blizzard requiere bastante energía, entonces nunca sabes si es Mud Bomb o Blizzard, pero cuando ya no hay escudos esperamos 100% que sea Blizzard. Sky Attack va a hacer bastante daño, pero recordemos que aún tiene un escudo, entonces lo va a usar. Y si puede llegar a otro Blizzard, esto es GG, no va a hacer mucha cosa este Whiscash si es Mud Bomb, pero vamos a ver qué ha causando. En Blizzard se acaba derrotando ese Skarmory con un Sky Attack listo para despegar y realmente Lapras estaba ya casi GG. Ahí otra vez empezamos mal con ese Lantern contra Lapras, pero ya ven que algunas jugadas pueden acabar siendo bastante cerca. Entonces quería anunciar también que tenemos un canal nuevo en Go Stadium. Se llama Chat General Español. En este chat general pueden pedir el comando de ayuda. Entonces usan @ayuda en ese chat y uno de nuestros jugadores regulares de la comunidad pueden ayudar con cuestiones de torneos, de cómo empezar un torneo en Go Stadium, de preguntas en inglés sobre el chat. Y es un poco para ayudar nuestra comunidad hispanoparlante que aún les cuesta un poco el inglés. Esperemos que vamos a sacar muchos más vídeos en español, contenido en español. Espero que les haya gustado este vídeo corto. Alright. Good to go.
Cool. Ah, man. Not sure if an undertap would have given you that sky attack in the end, if it would make a difference. I'm not sure. Did we see what the opponent's third last Pokemon was in the back? Behind the Wish Cache?
It was the lantern.
Was it
That
dying?
was mostly dead. It was
mostly
like
dead?
mostly dead.
So if
Yeah,
you...
that Dragon Pulse came in clutch against that Lantern.
Alright, let's hear some English commentary now.
Well, I knew that Dragon Pulse was my only chance because I knew otherwise, like Skarmory was totally screwed, and most people don't shield Lantern versus Lapras.
Yeah.
So Dragon
Even if
Pulse
it's
was
Dragon
the only.
Pulse. Yeah, even if it's Dragon Pulse, just it's hard to bring yourself to shield from a Lapras when you're on a Lantern chip. Alright, so we got what? Altaria versus Skarmory, I think. I don't know if it's lag or whether you're missing a couple bubbles there.
He did
Is
miss
that
a bubble.
couple bubbles missed?
Yep.
Uh-oh. Alright, you guys, we're gonna have to roast Tristan a little bit for missing his bubbles. What would be the good one? Camerupt? Maybe some Camerupt emotes.
Oh, we can totally make a new emote for missing bubbles.
Missing bubble.
Yeah,
Maybe
missing
Psyduck?
bubbles.
Psyduck misses
I missed
bubbles.
one.
Holding a Fruit Ninja knife and dropping it.
Yeah. Alright, so he's at a shield advantage. He's got his Altaria ready to go. He's going to basically finish up this Altaria, even a Sky Attack. Oh, man, that's rough. That is rough.
That's GG then. I don't see myself
Yeah.
coming back from this.
No shields. Magneton really needs shields here. Yeah, this is going to be painful, you guys, because now he's got Tropius in the back, and so like he's just going to basically shield this Magnet Bomb. And then gets to laugh at the Tropius.
Yeah, Altaria is just too clean. You know, if you don't...
D-Master Lance coming out with those sick burns. Lantern has already sufficiently roasted. He doesn't want to roast you.
It's true. I've been struggling with this Lantern.
Yeah, you really want to pin it down with the Tropius, but it hasn't worked.
Well, I figured between Tropius and Altaria I could deal with it, but...
Yeah, being on the losing side of Lantern matchup is very frustrating because you know it's like very easily counterable, but it's also like super bulky. So,
all right, let's run this back again.
so Lickitung, that is a local Houstonian, actually. Pretty sure.
I know he's from Texas somewhere.
I mean, I saw him on a Houston group. Maybe he's a different area in
I think he was
Texas, but
playing in that
fairly
Houston tournament
sure.
last night, right?
Yeah.
I think he's played
think-
Mason in some local tournaments, though.
Not
Yeah,
anymore.
well- Oh yeah. RIP. Although Mason's not going to be starved for competition where he's going.
Yeah, I mean, we'll probably get like Mason versus House Stark on like
Very
a monthly
often.
basis now.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun to
Gonna
watch.
be local rivals.
Yeah.
Place bets, you know. We try to influence the other just so that we win our bets. All right.
There we
Magneton
go.
against Skarmory. Here we go. We're in business here. Now he's gonna automatically switch, expecting to switch out from Skarmory. I guess not. I guess he's trying to maybe waste some of that energy out with discharge. But even discharge is gonna do a decent amount of damage to this Lantern, and we get to switch. So either he shields or he gets a little bit of HP off, but either way, Tropius comes in. Is basically going to just give this Lantern a really hard time. suppose you can farm it a little bit less, but you know, you really want to bring that Tropius to the minimal amount of HP, so it's less farmable. So what are you just gonna do? You're just gonna wait?
Alright, I guess we're playing this out. I just didn't want my Skarmory farmed so much.
And what? So
That-
he how did he even die there?
He did
I don't
click
really
it.
understand.
Tristan did
Oh, he
click.
clicked.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Yeah, so he's definitely predicting that, trying to farm his Skarmory with your Tropius. But again, Magneton has a decent matchup against Skarmory, so it's not like it's in the worst position. It's going to maybe burn a shield here or whatever, but it has a decent amount of energy built up previous matchup.
Now
Are we
we're
getting
lagging.
a little bit of lag?
Yeah, now we're
Okay.
lagging.
So out come those either Sky Attack or Flash Cannon, but either one isn't going to do a whole lot of damage. You know, Magneton is glassy, but it gets to resist both of Skarmory's charge moves.
Well,
I
it
saw
double
it's not
resists
like a-
both of them.
I saw 3 bubbles being missed there.
Yeah. Ooh, nice switch to Altaria. What do we have? Altaria versus Altaria, but we're at a shield advantage, and we got energy on Magneton back. We're not terribly concerned about wasting or spending a shield here in this. And we get to spam those Sky Attacks, so don't have to worry too much about that. So this is a good position
I only
to be
missed
in.
one bubble there. I'm getting better, I think.
I think missing one bubble is fine. I think missing one bubble doesn't matter. But I've heard mixed reports on this.
I'll go to
possible.
PV Poke's website to check to confirm that right now.
Yeah.
Huge shout out to Scandalous Panda for dropping us a Twitch Prime sub there. Thank you very much.
Very nice. Thank you. I don't know, man. Never miss a bubble, says Spark the Spencer. Lot of heat from the chat on you, man. A lot of heat. And so what do we have here? Sky Attack came out there in the end, but you still have Skarmory and just, man, that was your match. I think maybe a little slow on maybe one of the switches there or something. Got distracted
I think the big mistake I made was using the discharge against the Lantern in the lead when I knew I was going to switch to Tropius. That was where I messed up because I could have had a whole extra discharge ready to go on my Magneton.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Yeah. Yeah, because it's wasted on the Tropius, but that play is pretty common, like outside of that specific narrow matchup. You know, like spending. You know what I think it is? It's from like jungle. Like it's pretty common to do that in jungle, and like maybe waste a shield on Vigoroth, which you know has to use it anyway.
Yeah.
And then you switch to your Vigoroth counter. That's why I was like not disagreeing with that play in the moment, but I think had it been Tempest in its original run back in March, I said, we would have maybe criticized that a bit.
Yeah, I think that is, I mean, you saw how fine the margins were there. That for sure would have made the difference.
Yeah.
If I had been more disciplined to bank the energy and swapped out.
That is funny how he was to just wait it out, and you guys had a Mexican standoff there.
I mean, I'm trying to think about this. Technically, if I had literally just waited it out, I would have won. Because it would have forced the game. Like literally, if neither of us did anything, the game would have timed out, and I would have more HP left, I think. Or like once the timer was running down, I could have just fainted his Lantern real quick.
Yeah.
But that's, I mean, that would have been like the smart play, but it's not like the play that's good for everyone watching, and it's not the best for practice purposes either.
Are you
But,
gonna be rematching this player?
Sure. Yeah, I was just DMing someone else to see if they wanted to battle, but in the meantime,
I couldn't find any articles on the damage based on the bubbles situation thing yet, but I did remember.
On Reddit, there was one
Have you?
very
Was
well
there?
crafted one.
Couldn't
Yeah.
find it.
There's a good study on it, but there was one that said you could miss one bubble or two bubbles, I don't remember. As long as it got excellent, it was fine. And there was another one that said, no, actually, you lose a little bit. You lose a little bit.
yeah, the thing I saw said that it was like a gradient, and every bubble counted, but like each bubble itself was like small, like a minuscule amount of damage.
On PvPoke's website, they have it at 100% charge, 95%, 75%, 50%, and 25%. So, not sure how many bubbles equates to those percentages, but
So, Lantern versus Magneton. If he has a water gun, which it looks like he does, it's not a good matchup for Magneton to be in. But being able to chip away at it a little bit before leaving that matchup isn't the worst. And out comes a Lowland Sandslash. That's a matchup I
wow,
haven't seen in a while.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I literally
Alolan
forgot about
Sandslash.
Alolan Sandslash.
Yeah, it was a pretty decently popular pick as sort of the anti-meta response to Altaria, a good response to what else did it deal with? I mean, it had
Doesn't it beat
Bulldoze,
Skarmory?
Gyro Ball. With
Or maybe not.
Blizzard, yeah, depending on baits, it can beat Skarmory. Blizzard is nice in that it nukes stuff. With Gyro Ball, it really doesn't do a whole lot to Magneton, but Bulldoze definitely nukes it out of Oblivion. Otherwise, Magneton is like a super hard as Blizzard, just takes too long to charge up. And yeah, this is a matchup I haven't seen in just like a while, for sure. And that Lantern is still going to take damage from this discharge, so I'm expecting shield here for sure. And those water guns can kind of finish off that Magneton. But if he tries to farm too much, yeah, I do were a couple Thunder Shocks away from discharge, which would have been really nice. But now we're even shields. The Lantern is pretty much toast, so we can just farm it a little bit before it says bye-bye. You know, Thunderbolt does a decent amount of damage, but oh, was he having two ready to go? So yeah, that kind of does shift things around a little bit. Him being at a shield advantage. And having a lot of energy helps, but yikes. I don't know. Wonder what he has here in the back. Skarmory. So, all right. Well, this will be interesting to say the least, just because those that last Thunderbolt, if you're able to get to it, is certainly going to do a lot of damage. And Sky Attack will do some, but it's going to be like this is going to be like a down to the wire kind of battle. Sure. Intense.
I think he's gonna win this. Yeah, I think this is gonna KO here with Sky Attack.
Yeah, it's gonna be so close because that Sky Attack is very close to within killing range. You get a couple water guns, but not enough to get to that that third Thunder. So this is one of those matchups where you would have been happy to bring Charge.
Yeah.
TM in battle. What are those emotes that Brady putting?
That is the generic Twitch emotes called What Face.
What face?
Yep. Yeah, I mean, there are a couple of pretty good emotes, I have to say. I feel like we need to make one eventually of PogChamp. Not
Pog.
sure exactly which Pokemon would be best.
That's PogChamp.
That's PogChamp.
Who is that?
He's the PogChamp face guy.
He kind of looks like Elon Musk.
He's Asian.
I'm saying, like, the little tiny icon, I'm sure if you blow it up, you wouldn't be able to notice. I mean, it wouldn't look at all like him.
That is the first time I'm seeing someone say that PogChamp looks like Elon Musk.
Well, because you've probably seen, like, the large version, like the high res, but I'm just seeing the emote. Come on. Like, if you look at that emote and you didn't know what it was, you don't
Anyone,
think
can anyone relate to him seeing the Elon Musk? Honda is saying Politoed for PogChamp, where I think Politoed should be better for Poggers. But Poggers and PogChamp look quite similar, the facial expressions.
Well, sure. The Tropius Lapras matchup is interesting because Ice Shard is just doing a ton of like double super effective stab damage against this Tropius, so it can just basically spam that. But Lapras certainly can't take those Razor Leafs well, and Leaf Blade is going to do a ton of damage. You're supposed to going to shield it, so it's not a big deal for missing those bubbles, but we're definitely not going to let go on missing the unforgivable. Out comes the Ice Beam. Again, I guess that is a lot of energy to spend. And water, Surf would have been fine there.
Yeah,
Or
I believe
even spamming.
if you run the
Yeah.
Sims, if you double Surf, you like basically tie the one shield matchup.
Yeah, double surfing is.
Because like if you know they're gonna shield one, and then that second Surf just does that little extra damage that you need to get over the hump.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so this is probably a good point for me to remind viewers that we do have some chat rules, including do not post your. We have a more specific place for you to post your trainer codes in our Discord, which is so that we don't have people distracting with codes in the chat. So Honda just pulled up !Discord with a link to our channel. We have a specific channel where you can add find friends to add and post your own trainer codes as well. So for Zaram, hopefully you find someone to add over there, and welcome to stream. We're not saying don't watch the stream or whatever, but there's some chat rules that we'd like people to follow, including the trainer code.
Oh, do you think I can survive here?
No, I don't think so.
I really wanted to save my shield.
Oh yeah, it depends on how many bubbles.
Oh, I missed one.
You missed one. Interesting. Even though you missed one, it shows us great instead of excellent. I thought you could miss one, and it still be excellent.
He missed more than one.
Whippin' Bell kind of looked like the PogChamp thing. That's pretty true. You know what? Weepin' Bell as PogChamp looks pretty good.
Is more like Weepin' Bell is more like a blank stare.
Right? Like a blank stare. Yeah. You're right.
And like I don't know the history behind PogChamp, but he looks happy to be there.
Yeah.
He looks like
PogChamp,
excited.
Yes.
And like, oh, that's amazing. It's more like that's amazing, right? Or it's like the facial expression you'd make after someone was like roasting someone and like said something really, really hard hitting.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
So welcome to stream, Mr. Valor and Caleb. And Mr. Valor is saying that he didn't do any good battles with Tristan earlier. I disagree. I thought the battles where Mr. Valor was battling was very good. What do you think, Tristan?
Yeah, I mean, he played well.
He was like, apologies for anyone. Yeah. He's apologizing. No, man. You did good.
You better apologize. You better bring your
bring the A
next time.
Yeah.
Don't waste our time.
Depends
How
on
dare
the
you?
I see. So some type bubbles have 24, and some have 32. If it's 32, you can miss one and still hit excellent. But the 24 ones, you can't miss any. Thanks for throwing us some facts there, Scandalous Panda. We're still learning about how the charge move numbers work. No, Caleb, we were struggling when you didn't send us a battle earlier. The stream was just waiting. So, in jungle at the moment, you can make an argument for both Magneton and Magnezone, right? What do you guys think about Magnezone in Tempest? Or you just really need that spammy discharge from Magneton?
I mean, it does
really
beat Magneton head to head. But
I'm sure Flash Cannon is just brutal against Tropius, for example. That high DPE, hard hitting neutral damage on something glassy like Magnezone is like a parting gift. It's really nice.
Oh man. I hate shielding here, but I have to.
Acid spray.
Oh, that bitch.
Oh no. And that's why Quagsire still has a place in the meta. And you're missing all the bubbles here.
It's okay.
Yeah, acid spray doesn't only debuff, but it also makes Tristan miss even more bubbles. Charge.
So Caleb is able to battle if you have some openings.
Yeah, I'll get Caleb next.
That's awesome.
Oh, that timing though.
So we featured a couple of our battle analysts on our streams for Battles and Banter and Friday Night Fights. I think Peace Love Hugs has done one. We had House Stark Choose Master as well, I think. And a few more. So I think someday we're going to have Caleb feature, right? For our battles streams.
No, we don't like Caleb.
Who is that?
It's some guy that thinks Lugia is good or something.
Someone told me he likes cats. He's
Whoa!
the crazy cat.
Look at this troll.
I don't need the bubbles.
Look at this guy.
Lugia haters.
No, Caleb, I'm on your side.
I will take a metaphorical steamy dump on Lugia any day of the week when talking meta.
The moveset for its charge aren't the greatest, I think, but...
What? Sky Attack's
Attack
good?
is pretty
Sky Attack
awesome.
is like one of the best charge moves in
But
the
then
game.
it's... I mean, it's the other one, right? Is it between Hydro Pump and what? Future Sight?
Yeah.
Hydro Pump's
Psychic.
pretty good.
Hydro Pump is good.
Yeah.
It's actually the fast moves.
Oh, it's the
Where
fast
it's
moves.
Aren't. Dragon Tail is okay. Extra Sensory is...
Extra Sensory is decent on energy, I guess. But
Yeah.
Honda is suggesting maybe tomorrow. What's your availability for tomorrow, Caleb? Maybe we can... yeah, I'll send you a message later and see if you'd be interested to do some battles for Friday Night Fights tomorrow. Brady Shady is
He's
also
secretly-
saying that he likes Lugia.
Someone is saying Caleb Peng is Giovanni because Giovanni pet.
Oh, Persians. I don't think Caleb's cat are of the same species as Persian, but
Yeah.
in essence.
I just realized I've never said Persian out loud. I've only said it in Spanish, and it sounds nothing like Persian, like the country Persia.
Oh,
like
Persia.
the old school.
Caleb saying Nido King for regionals. Wow.
Nido King.
Poison ground type.
I have a. Do you have your legacy Nido King?
Fury Cutter?
I got my Fury. Yeah, I got my Fury.
That's pretty
Cutter.
sweet. Fury Cutter is such a good move, yo. In terms
I
of the
mean,
energy.
it's high energy for
Yeah,
sure.
the energy.
Fuck. I did not want to burn a shield there. Oh god.
Earthquake, maybe? Ross?
Earth power.
Yeah, but like, what's the second move to go with the Earthquake? Does it have any poison moves? Yeah, there we go. Fury Cutter, Earth Power, Earthquake.
Earth power earthquake? Wouldn't you want something
Like more coverage, right?
Coverage?
Does it have poison type moves? Wow, I think we've
has
hit the
Sludge
sweet
Wave.
spot on the time for battling, because right now so many people are wanting to battle you, Tristan. Bella Balam is saying he's available as well. Yeah, I think Caleb is in line next. So we're gonna clip that previous Spanish one into a shorter version, but in order to not isolate or alienate our English-speaking viewers, you should probably do a full commentary for a battle in English, and then we'll clip that.
Yeah, no, I've just been enjoying some of the chat in there and just engaging with that.
Yeah,
but,
yeah, for sure. No, I mean for the next one. No.
Nido King has Earth Power, Earthquake, Sludge Wave, Mega Horn. I think Mega Horn.
Mega Horn is a good
Mega
one.
Horn,
Yeah.
Earth Power. Awesome.
That's a good one. But you really need the Fury Cutter, huh?
Mm.
Really need the Fury Cutter.
Also, for some of these like short discussions, like talking about Lugia, Extrasensory versus Dragon Tail, we have some interesting projects up ahead that don't merit like a full-blown live stream, and we've already recorded one. We're recording a few before we launch.
Yeah, we had
There's
a
a
little
few
sneak
things,
peek in the
waiting.
tweet, right? I think Honda, mentioned
Yep.
it in the tweet.
Yep, we are launching Go Stadium podcast very soon, so you'll be able to listen to us while you're on the go on your favorite podcasts. I know I'm a huge avid podcast listener. I like to listen to them while I commute, while I'm ignoring whoever on the bus, whatever, driving from work to the employee lot, driving or on the hotel van, ignoring my flight attendants. There's plenty of opportunities to listen to us, and we'll be able to do these shorter podcasts as well as taking the audio from some of these streams.
40 meta discussion streams mostly, I think.
So the first one we've recorded is just, I believe it was just talking about Boulder, just getting into the new Boulder meta, how much Charm has changed things up, talking about delayed, what should we run, Confusion or Charm. I don't remember all the specifics, but we have some other interesting ones coming up. Once we record a few, then we will upload them, and what's nice about them is they're not live. They're very casual, and we're going to have a lot of different guests. It's very interesting. It's a fun project.
Yeah, I think we're gonna try to do a real short one, just talking about a Skuntank moveset for Twilight, because that's a pretty controversial topic. And I swear, if you got any three people in a room, all three of them would be arguing for a different moveset.
Yep. I'd be arguing for whatever the other two aren't, just to be very. We were running Flamethrower Sludge Bomb.
Yeah.
But a lot of our friends are on the Crunch train. They love Crunch. A lot of good reasons. Most of them are wrong.
I'm on the Crunch train. Spark says solution is to not use Skunk Tank at all.
Solution. Well, here's the thing about Skuntank is that because the moveset is controversial, you don't know exactly what the opponent's going to be running, so the threat of a crunch is sometimes enough to draw shields. But in any case, that's a whole subject for another time. There's so many instances of Mon that are good like that. Like, for example, Zoomerl. Here in Tempest,
Did Caleb
really not
get
that
my
much other than
invite?
I'm not sure.
Is
I'm
he
just
still
tagging
there?
him right now. Caleb, are you there?
someone go knock on Caleb's door.
He's here. Cool. Tristan just sent you a battle. Not sure if you received it. Oh yeah, Tristan, I meant to ask you, how do you stand not clicking on the quest button while the orange pulses are going on there on the bottom?
Yeah,
right?
that's driving me mad.
It's driving me mad as
That's
well.
right.
Wait, what?
He doesn't even know what we're talking about.
Wow.
Wait, what are you saying?
We have
On
a
the
new
bottom
quest
right
today.
hand corner
Yes.
Yeah.
of your like the main Go screen,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
where you have the little quest alerts.
Yeah.
We have a new quest today, so like there's an orange pulse
Yeah.
telling you that, go evolve 2 Pokemon and power up Pokemon 4 times.
Oh.
You'll see
I
it
don't
when
know,
you
just
go to the
ignore
home
that.
screen. It's like
The
constantly
professor.
pulsing there.
All right, we're going for the triple flyer team: Altaria, Tropius, and Skarmory. Not a good lead for our poor Tropius, matched up now against Altaria. Altarius is Skarmory. He could have switched. Skarmory is not in a bad spot. Energy lead. He can switch over to interesting Quagsire. Now Quagsire is going to take neutral from this Sky Attack here. It really can't take too many of those paired up with the Dragon Breath. It's almost like the Dragon Breath damage alone is doing more than the Sky Attack as it takes up time to charge. If he does an Acid Spray, it is not good to be shielding that, which is nice to not shield it. But if he does a Stone Edge, it's just going to do a ton of damage. And it really, really kind of sucks to be shielding those Acid Sprays expecting Stone Edge. So that's the uncertainty that sort of Quagsire provides in this specific matchup, because you know that Stone Edge, if it comes out, it's going to nuke. So that's the active sort of decision that Tristan made. He made the right call, shielding that Stone Edge there in the end, able to finish up that matchup with a ton of energy gain. And a single debuffed Altaria is still a force to be reckoned with, has plenty of energy, and you really don't want it to get farmed too much anyway. So you might as well just go down, trying to get those Sky Attacks out against Skarmory, maybe forcing a shield, maybe just going down on the energy, or excuse me, the HP. Either way, it's not the worst for the Skarmory to be in, especially considering that we started with a really bad lead there. So out comes Raichu. Interesting choice here. He is running just a traditional Raichu there. He is bringing out that Brick, which is interesting. I think Brick Break wasn't really worth it to be running a Brick Break Raichu here. You really wanted Thunder Punch and Wild Charge, so this just might be carryover from another angle. And Wild Charge might come out here, but still Tropius is able to tank it just fine. And remember, you guys, that Tropius was matched up against Skarmory earlier, so we really don't care if it down in too much HP. It's just going to mean less energy for Skarmory. And although these Leaf Blades are double resisted by Skarmory, it is going to chip away at it, so it's going to be kind of like in a situation where it can at least help out. Not that it needs help, because full HP Skarmory there in the back. There's really no way that our opponent... I think Caleb sort of resign and say GG. We did lose the team viewer here.
We did lose team viewer, but that's the first time it dropped all night, so it shows, that it was truly Mason's like a Ram situation the other day. Tristan, are you there?
Yeah, I think this might be a good time to wrap up the battles then, if Team Viewer just died.
Okay.
because I do need to get going in a few minutes.
Sounds good.
Um,
So did you want to
so
do a quick last minute just discussion to wrap up before we head
yeah,
out?
that's what I was thinking.
Perfect.
Would be good.
Yep.
Yeah. So
So what have you learned from your battles today?
I mean, I think we learned that for the most part, Tempest is fairly unchanged compared to last time. Hydro Cannon Swampert does seem to be the big addition, which can fill that Mud Boy slot, as opposed to Whiscash or Quagsire. All have different trade-offs, because Whiscash has that Blizzard nuke for the Altaria and the Tropius. Quagsire has that fast Stone Edge, as well as potentially Acid Spray shenanigans. And then Swampert has that really hard-hitting Hydro Cannon. And the interesting thing that Swampert adds to the mix is that the other Mud Boys tend to do much worse against Skarmory, but have like decent Altaria matchups. But Swampert is kind of the opposite, where especially if you're running like Hydro Cannon Earthquake, you get kind of walled by Altaria, but that Hydro Cannon hits Skarmory for neutral. So I think that's kind of the biggest change we'll see. We did talk about Magnezone being an option now. It's one to consider. I'm not totally sure how it'll fit in the meta. What do you think, AJ?
Yeah, I haven't simmed out Magnezone, so take it with a grain of salt. But I don't see Magnezone doing better. It's because there's just where you end up delivering that just like extra little bit of that extra discharge while you're low on energy as you faint. So it's a very efficient mob to be running when it works. And when it doesn't work, you're just matched up against something like a Swampert or one of those Mud Boys. And it's not like Magnezone does that much better. The advantage that Magnezone has is it's got strictly better stats. Flash Cannon just does a ton of damage, and so does Wild Charge. Just does more damage when it hits, but it's easier to block.
Right, because Magneton is a lot spammier, whereas Magnezone, the moves are slower because it's higher energy moves paired with Spark, which also takes longer to charge than Thundershock. So yeah, Magnezone is a little probably better mid-game or closer, whereas Magneton is better like early game, but also works well mid-game and can close in some situations. But yeah, I just think the spamminess of Magneton helps it a lot, especially like in those matchups with like Lapras and Celio, for example, where you kind of just want to spam out those moves and hopefully, beat them to the charge move kind of thing. Whereas Magnezone doesn't have that same flexibility. I'm curious to sim out how like the Tropius and Altaria matchup play out for Magnezone, because that would be kind of the big differentiator if it had if it for example had a little bit of a cleaner matchup against those two, maybe it would see some more play. But if the matchup is worse, then I don't think it's too viable. So yeah, those are kind of the big changes since last time, but the rest of it is mostly unchanged. And yeah, the big things I think we learned tonight is that, with such tanky mons, you can definitely afford to tank a lot of charge moves and save your shields for the right scenario. And also that switch advantage seems to be fairly important here.
Yeah, just losing a horrible matchup is really, really hard to Tempest.
Because yeah, there's just some really polarizing matchups. Tropius against anything that's water, like Skarmory and Altaria against Tropius, Skarmory against like Magneton and Lantern. There's a lot of those really polarizing matchups where you don't want to get locked in. So yeah, that's kind of what I took away from it. I definitely think that for the most part, if you were doing a Tempest Cup and didn't have much time to prepare, you could certainly just run back the same 6 that you had last time. Because like I said, the meta is mostly unchanged. You just have to be aware of that Swampert matchup. But I think for the most part, if you had coverage for Whiscash and Quagsire, that's going to mostly do the job against Swampert. So it's not like you have to completely rework your team. But, if you do want to work in Swampert or mix it up, you totally can. But it seems like the same teams are still viable. Is there anything else you wanted to add, AJ?
One thing that I'm sort of like toying around with is the idea of a sludge wave, Swampert. Sludge
Yeah, I had
wave
mentioned that,
does.
yeah.
You did? Okay, I must have been while I was having like, issues.
Yeah, because it gives you
Sludge.
that neutral damage against Altaria. That's the big one, right? And
It's
Tropius.
yeah. It's actually
Or,
slightly less damage per energy though than Hydro Cannon, even against Altaria.
really?
Yeah. Because Sludge Wave takes up so much energy. 65
Okay.
energy. But the biggest change is with Tropius, because against Tropius it's a significant. It's 1.75 damage per energy versus 1.1 from Hydro Cannon.
Right, because it's doing super effective versus resisted.
Yeah, but in a clean, just 1v1 fresh start matchup, Swampert doesn't have time to even get to
Yeah,
Sludge Wave, so he does need a little bit of energy.
but that does help, like with like a late game scenario, or if you can farm up, like, and that's the thing with Sims is it only shows you from like a 0-0 start, but there's a lot of intangibles when you're actually playing with switching and farming energy advantages and all that jazz.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree because I don't think Earthquake is really doing all that much for Swampert here.
Yeah,
Obviously,
Lantern.
it gives you a nuke on Lantern. I haven't simmed out that matchup, so I'm not sure how you do without Earthquake.
Yeah.
So that would be the main
Sludge
one.
Wave. Sludge Wave does 114 damage, Tropius. So you maybe could steal a win against a Tropius that had like a shield and is trying to save it against you. Maybe.
And then I wonder, Earthquake might also help some against Lapras, but maybe you could use Sludge Wave there too. I'm not sure. I mean, I think for the most part, you're just going to be spamming Hydro Cannon in most matchups. But yeah, it'll be interesting to look into the trade-offs between Sludge Wave and Earthquake within Tempest.
Yeah.
I think
And
like
it doesn't
for
affect
Boulder,
Skarmory.
yeah, for Boulder you definitely want Earthquake. There's basically no question there. For regionals, that's going to be a lot more complicated, but I do like that Sludge Wave aspect, like for the Azumarill matchup, and for all the Charm users that we're going to see flying around. But yeah, I think Tempest, it's pretty even. But like I said, I don't think either are going to see that much play.
So Lickitung is saying that when you stopped attacking with the Tropius, he thought you were lagging.
I figured he might have been thinking that.
Yeah, but it was you just didn't want to take the damage so that he can't farm you.
Well, yeah, I just didn't want... Yeah, or I was wanting to take more damage from him so that he could farm me less.
Right.
I remember from the original Tempest Cup, Valor Ash Mason saying that he had it happen... A similar thing happen in multiple rounds where he would stop attacking because he wanted to take more damage, and his opponents would like stop too and be like, "Are you lagging?" And he'd be like, "No, keep going." And like people had like no idea what he was doing, but it was like, it was a strategic measure to take less damage so that you can't get farmed up as much.
Yeah, because Skarmory comes in and just finishes off Tropius and just has a couple air slashes in, as opposed to coming in, taking basically no damage from all the energy Tropius might have, and then getting a ton of air slashes and getting a ton of sky attacks ready to go for whatever.
Yeah, because you can farm up like 1 or even 2 sky attacks, Tropius or Skarmory against Tropius. But if you're the Tropius user, and you're up against a Mudboy, and you Razor Leaf them down till they're like in the red, 1 hit away, and then wait and like take some hits until you're on low HP, and then finish them off, that will ensure that the Skarmory doesn't get much energy from you.
Or you could just do a Razor Leaf every other turn.
That's not as good of a play though, because doing it, well, it's safer to get them all the way down, as opposed to doing it every other turn. Maybe it takes too long, and then you're not close enough to a thing, and they feint you, or you know what I mean. It's a lot safer to get them down to the red and then just wait.
Yeah, it's one of those plays that doesn't work well in remote battle. Because out of respect, people will kind of wait. Be like, well, what is...
Yeah.
Is everything okay? You lagged? So yeah, I think, Tempest just hasn't really changed much, in my opinion. Swampert is interesting. Mudboy's kind of already had some play.
Yeah.
If anything, it affects our team more than others.
Yeah. Because we're running that double electric, and with Swampert being pretty popular, it definitely makes it a little harder to run those electrics.
More viable, just being very good. But I don't know if I'd run Swampert, if I'm honest with you. Just because it has such a bad matchup against Tari and Tropius, like
Yeah.
it's got Skarmory and it's got the electric stuff, but I feel like you're already doing that a lot with, unless Swampert is offering some kind of crazy bench pressure that I'm missing. I don't see
Not
how.
really. I mean, well, the big thing though is it gives you that better Skarmory matchup, because Whiscash and Quag don't do so well against Skarm. So if you care about your Mudboy having that Skarm matchup, that's one thing. And then the other thing is with that Hydra Cannon, I believe it's gonna win the Mudboy head-to-head matchups.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. It doesn't do so hot against Tropius or Altaria. Whereas, like Quagsire has Stone Edge for both of them, and Whiscash has that Blizzard Nuke. And like especially like shields down. I think if Whiscash has it's like a 1 or 2 mud shot energy advantage. That's all it needs. It's able to nuke a Tropius before it dies to Razor Leaf. So, yeah, there's definitely a lot of trade-offs.
I think we're about ready to wrap up then, right?
Yep, we are.
Okay.
So yeah, while you guys were doing some last-minute discussions, I just put on a battle of, see if I learned anything from your battles, Tristan. And
did you?
Yeah, and then we'll close it out after this one. I think tomorrow we'll keep in touch with Caleb again and see if he's available. We'll do a Friday night fights. Otherwise, I think the article, AJ, not sure if we have a timeline for it, but it should be soon.
Soon is the best timeline. Very safe.
Yeah, perfect.
But yeah, in terms of the article right now, we're working on a Boulder meta article, and then after that we'll be tackling Twilight, because those are probably the two of the more popular Cups, and also two of the metas that have changed the most.
And regionals too, except regionals is more complicated in the sense of like simplifying it to an infographic seems almost unfair because the meta is really finding a meta choice that people aren't considering. And so that's very hard to quantify in an infographic kind of format.
Yeah, and because regionals is similar to freestyle in the fact that there's so many viable options, that it's hard to, narrow the meta down to these are the top X choices, and it's also difficult to make that infographic because there's just so many nuanced relationships, and so we'll still probably cover that in a stream, but we just won't be doing a full write-up and infographic for that.
Yep.
Sounds good. And my battle just ended there, so good time to switch over to... Oh, whoa. Maybe not. Maybe I do have a chance to hit this guy attack.
Make sure you don't miss those bubbles, Quartz.
Nope, didn't miss a single one.
Very nice.
Shots fired.
Dang! What a way to end that battle. Wait a second. I think
You
I
still
won
have
that.
one in the back.
I still have... I
Yeah.
switched out that Swampert right before.
Yeah.
Dang. Well, that was an interesting game to end on. All right. Switching over to our Patreon page, and yeah, so this is the updated one. So these are all our current Patreons as of today. A couple of new elite supporters and ultra supporters. So thanks again for the continuous support. We're growing in a good pace. So really appreciate you guys. We're gonna be working on some videos to send to you guys tonight. So should see that in a few days' time. So we're gonna head over and raid King of Charmanders. They're doing some shiny hunting and battling of Team Rocket outside, so go check it out. Besides that, thanks Tristan and AJ for joining for the Tempest battles and discussion. We will see you soon. Yep. See you guys next time.